Like this transfer window could have got any more exciting for me or even more interesting than the news we had yesterday. Boys, welcome. Hope you are well. We've got a lot of news to cover, including an update on my boy Morgan Gibbs-White. I said 80% yesterday. I'll go through where we are at the moment. We've got a huge footballing name linked to Forest at one hell of a price as well to discuss, as well as the rest of the transfer roundup, some outgoings from Nottingham Forest as well. But before we do all of that, guys, please, if you are excited for the big match tomorrow, let's start the day by giving the video a like and subscribing to the channel if you are new here. Put your notifications on, you're gonna need it. We've got the watch along tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. Forest are 24 hours away from kicking off the new Premier League campaign, and we'll be starting it at St James's Park with a stream at 2:30 p.m. with kickoff due at 3 p.m. The link's in the description below, so make sure you go and press the notify me button so you don't miss it. Boys, let's get in to this update. As I'm sure you are all aware by now, for those of you who have been watching our videos over the last few weeks, this is the guy I want more than anyone. But more importantly, it's the guy that Forest want more than anyone. Number one target on the list. And as we mentioned yesterday, we broke to you that once the Mangala deal was done, the focus and attention was turning to Morgan Gibbs-White. We had a 25 million second bid rejected from Wolves. Wolves are holding out for the big 3-0 on this deal. We are going back in with a third deal, and reports have come out from Natalie Jackson saying that this is now only days away from being completed, which sent the Forest fan base into a frenzy. And I'm not gonna lie, I was streaming last night when the news broke, and I may have done 1 or 2 backflips myself. Now, is it going to be a couple of days? For me, it's still very unlikely because of the medical situation. And what's happening at the moment with any new signings is they're being flown out to Athens to get their medical done there because of the whole Omar Richard saga, which we've previously discussed. I still think we will get him for less than 30 mil. I think it's going to be 25 mil plus add-ons, bringing the deal up to 30 mil, and I think this will be a fantastic addition to the team. This guy, I know there's a bit of a split in the fan base, maybe a 90-10% split in terms of people saying, well, the 90 being the ones that want him, and then 10 saying 30 mil is too much. You have to remember what he offers. You have to remember what it was like to play against him last season when he was at Sheffield United. He was the most standout player that we saw come against us last year, and I'll argue with anyone who wants to say otherwise to me at all. This is going to happen now, boys. From what I'm hearing, we're set. It's fine. Crystal Palace and Everton, who were also interested in him, have backed down and realised that Forest is the destination for him. But again, remember, Morgan Gibbs-White, the professional that he is, has not kicked up any fuss about this, not put in a transfer request. He's been described as the Wolves manager, as a model professional, and he is fully sharp and fully ready for the season, which only benefits Forest. He's had a full pre-season, and he's going to come straight into the team once it happens. There's no way this happens before the Newcastle match, as in for him to be ready for the team sheet. But let's see if we can get him over the line for Everton. I still think it's going to be 7 to 10 days to when we see him put the shirt on. So be excited, but restrain yourselves, as I'm desperately trying to do for myself, until we see him lift the red shirt. And then, boy, are we going to party, because this guy, not only is he great now, but he's only 22, and he's going to get better and better and better. It's going to give Cooper a huge headache, but a good headache. Where does he fit in? Who would be dropped for him? That's the question I want you guys to answer in the comments below for today. So let's move on from one superstar to a huge link to Forest. Guys, Houssam Aouar, one of the most complete midfielders in my opinion, a player that attracted interest last year from all the major clubs. He was having one of the hottest seasons 2 years ago, fell off the boil a little last year, but I've seen a lot of him, and this guy is absolute quality and class. He nearly excites me as much as the idea of Morgan Gibbs-white coming to Forest does, and I think for 15 million euros would not just be the bargain of the transfer window, but the bargain of the last 10 years. Let me give you the background on what's happened here. Initially, at the start of the window, it was Real Betis that was showing interest in him and wanted him, but couldn't come to an agreement with Lyon. Over the last few days, Leicester have started to make inquiries into him. Leicester, who have signed all of 0 players, are now interested in him. Does this mean Maddison is on the way out? Potentially. And overnight, Forest have shown an interest in him. It is no stronger than that, but Forest are looking at the option of Aouar. Now, where would he end up going? His ideal destination is the Premier League. So the idea of a Forest or a Leicester would appeal to him. I think this would be under huge threat if one of the European, as in the European plays Champions League ones, your Spurs, your Chelseas, etc., wanted to step in for him. That would threaten this. What you want to do as a Forest fan right now is keep an eye on Maddison. If Maddison is still playing for Newcastle at the weekend, then that will open the door for Forest to really step in for Aouar. At the moment, for me, I feel like it's nothing more than rumour, but it really got me going when I heard about it, and I had to share it with you. If you've seen him play, if you have thoughts on him, please let me know in the comments below. If you haven't, go watch some YouTube clips on him. He is outstanding, and I just can't get over how cheap the price is, and the fact that no one else is talking about snapping him up. I'd love to see this happen. If I'm using my brain over my heart, I can't see it happening, but what a statement signing it would be. Let's move on. Another big link and a reported 30 million euro bid has gone in from Forest to Benfica for Gonzalo Ramos. He is one of these up-and-coming strikers who's playing for Benfica at the moment. Right-footed, very, very talented, very quick. He scored 7 goals in 29 appearances last season, but has already hit a hat-trick in Benfica's Champions League qualifying match. Despite this, Benfica are still willing to sell him, and the desired destination for him would be the Premier League. He's a bit unproven, and coming from the Portuguese league, it's always a risk. Is a 30 million euro fee, which is about 27 million pounds, is it a risk too far for Forest? For me, I would love to see him come, but not at that price. I feel it's too much, it's too big an investment and too risky. But he would work very well. He's that smaller profile, very agile, has great balance kind of player that I would like to see as an alternative option up front. But 27 for me is a bit too much. I feel like this isn't the strongest of transfer rumours or connections, and I don't think it's got much legs in it yet. Of course, we will keep you posted because things with Nottingham Forest develop at a rapid pace, as we've all discovered only too willingly this transfer window. So let me know your thoughts on him. Would you like to see him? I could see him working very, very well under the guidance of Steve Cooper, but for me, it's just the fee and nothing else. If there was no fee attached to him, I'd have him in tomorrow. I think you'd have most players in like that. But let me know your thoughts below. On to something that seems very strong and very likely to happen, and we discussed it yesterday, is Freuler. This guy, I think, is going to be, in the end, a Forest player. It's the kind of player that Cooper still feels we need strengthening in, and I think he's going to come at a decent price, and most likely as a loan with an obligation to buy at the end of it. The updates from it are still where we were yesterday. Forest are negotiating the fee and the agreement, whether or not they go for the perm or the loan first. I think he's going to be a great addition to the squad. But will it get done? I feel like this one is a goer. So I'll keep you posted on any further developments. But the links are still strong and I just wanted to give you guys that information. Just very briefly on Maxwell Cornet, I know a lot of the Forest fans are very interested in him. He is going to West Ham, so the colour of his shirt won't actually change that much. West Ham triggered the £17.5 million clause on him, and he is in London doing his medical as we speak. So, sorry to disappoint a few of you, but boys, we're moving on to bigger and better targets. As much as I think he's a great player, I think what we're lining up looks a lot better. Wonder how the West Ham fans will react. Will they see this as a moral victory for them? They can't, because we weren't willing to go to the £17.5 million mark. But let's see what they have to say about it. Guys, there is a lot more to cover off, but I'm well aware of how long this video is going to end up being. I want to say thank you to Joe Lolley, who looks set to be going to Australia to continue with his footballing career there, and I'm sure you guys will all join me in wishing him the best of luck. I'd love to do a whole featured video on what a great servant he has been to the club. So good luck, Joe Lolley. And there's been a few other outgoings as well, but we're running out of time on the video because I have one more thing to tell you guys about, and that is the shirt numbers have officially been handed out, and I will post a community post on here, so I'll leave the link for it in the description below. Go have a look at the shirt numbers. A few highlights for you. Jesse Lingard is number 11, Owoni is number 9, Brennan Johnson has kept his number 20 shirt, and Mangala has picked up the number 5 shirt as well, to name but a few. But I will let you guys go and have a look at it and let me know your thoughts on them, and who would you get on the back of your shirt, number wise and name wise. Let me know. Guys, if you've enjoyed today's video and it's been a full video, give it a quick like for me if you don't mind. Subscribe to the channel. Don't forget as well, we've got the watch along tomorrow. We are this close to the game. And just to mention as well, we now have memberships down from starting at 99p if you wanted to support the channel. So click the join button down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate all your support and all your love. We will see you later on for a tactics video again and a match preview against Newcastle, where we'll be talking you through everything you need to know. Come on, you Reds.